Okay. So I just watched a conversation by Stephen Smith and Bill O'Reilly. And I guess they're talking about hip hop culture. And I think that like people are under this assumption that the youth are being impacted by hip hop culture, and that I think that y'all have missed a fundamental issue of like drill rap and urban culture, and then media. Um, and I feel like I can say this as a person specifically. I think my AmeriCorps year was probably the one time in my life where it was like 8 to 12 hours a day. I was primarily consumed in this like urban culture project. Like there was one housing project that was right near the school that I was working at, and it was like all poor black kids basically. Um Now, some of the other things, my context is coming from doing research on poverty, other experiences from people in my family. If you don't know the story about Chicago, I've told that story before, but maybe go watch it. Like, my mom was born in Chicago, and due to gang violence, my family had to leave Chicago, and that's how we came to California. So if you don't know that story, that's a pretty important story for my family. But they're talking about hip hop culture. Um, Hip hop culture, and then so Bill O'Reilly brings up Jay-Z, and we'll start with that story. The Jay-Z story is very interesting. It's interesting for a number of reasons because like Jay-Z is a grown ass man with a wife and multiple children who's like had public scandals, and all of it has been documented. All of it has been documented. I think that like everybody who was not a part of like the upwardly mobile black community missed the like series of events, the contextual nature of all of it, and like how all of the different how you could have learned from all of that, and unpacked all of the issues that some of y'all are breaking down for the first time. And it's like, go look at the year these albums came out. So let's go back, because I'm talking about one particular incident. I'm talking about when Solange beat the shit out of Jay-Z in an elevator when she found out that he was cheating on Beyonce. From that, we got Lemonade. I think we even got self-titled after that. We got Solange, a seat at the table. We got Jay-Z who went to fucking therapy and came out with 444 and Family Feud, which is like basically where he learned you cannot be successful without having your family. And I don't. And then the weird thing about people not misunderstanding Jay-Z is he has albums and interviews. Like, you could just go listen to the album. So Bill O'Reilly is basically talking about like, I don't respect Jay-Z because he sold drugs. And it was actually, I laughed when I heard this shit, but he was like, yeah, but most black Americans aren't selling crack. It was just like so fucking funny. It's true. That's true. Like, I will give him that. That is fucking true. That it was just hella funny, like, to hear him say it and then say it like that. It's like, that's true. But Jay-Z did sell crack. And like, in Jay-Z's situation, I think the young men in these urban communities, they need government funded opportunities. Like, there needs to be like a federal program to save them, or they're gonna die. Like, there's not like another thing. Like, the other way is the drugs. Like, you can use the drugs or you can sell the drugs. That's like the way. Because the education system isn't available because it's so broken that nobody like learns anything from it. I've already talked about this on my literacy chants playlist, but if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I mean, go back and watch that. But like, I feel like I'm talking to a void right now, like, clearly. And then here's another thing I think is like super weird. I keep seeing these like young, maybe everybody's trying to get the young black men to be like Kai Cenat. The thing is, like, y'all don't have nothing to talk about. Like, all the issues in the community y'all aren't talking about. And for black women, it's literally the opposite. Like, black women are using these platforms and spaces to unpack feminism, unpack issues in the black community, sharing it globally. And like, the black men aren't doing that. They're just like killing and dying and talking about like red pill shit that causes them to kill and die. And it's just like, okay, well, nobody. Who's coming to save them? Nobody. Like, who cares at this point? Probably nobody. It's just like a little circular bullshit of like nobody gives a shit, including me. It's like very strange. But like, though, it is also really weird to hear like grown ass people who have the opportunity to like listen to Apple Music to like really be that unfamiliar with Jay-Z's albums. Like, he literally talks about like how, you know, maybe when he first started rapping, he was rapping about his surroundings, right? And it was relatable to other people who were experiencing something similar. And that is the cool thing about art. It does help people see themselves and understand something about themselves. And that is a real problem when we don't have enough, you know, black main characters. That's a real fucking problem that does need to be solved. So we do need characters like Jay-Z, but everybody can't be Jay-Z, right? And also, everybody can't get out because Jay-Z is smart. He's like an intellect. Also, Jay-Z bagged Beyonce. Like, so he's got like a variety of skill sets here. Jay-Z is a great father. And you don't have to like it. I adore Jay-Z. I think that, like, don't know the man at all. I've never spoken to him. I probably never will. That has that has nothing to do with the fact that the choices that he has made in his life have positively impacted me. I have learned ethical lessons about society, about black man, about urban culture from his interviews, from his albums, from his songs, from his children, from his wife. You know what I mean? Like, so Bill O'Reilly doesn't have to like or understand Jay-Z. Now, let's go back though to this conversation about hip hop in general. And really, actually, the crux of what Bill O'Reilly is saying. Bill O'Reilly is saying that in the black community, the music, and he's clustering all black music as being hip hop. It isn't, but so he's saying like the music is powerful and is impacting the youth. Yeah, well, it's always been like that. White supremacy also impacts black youth, but nobody gives a shit about that, right? So like redlining and urban food deserts and income inequality and the lack of structural support for black women, all of these things impact the black children as well. So it ain't just the hip hop music. Now, I will say, and if you have not seen it, go watch the video that I just published about the black female poverty escapers. Because here's the thing, like, sometimes you are in an environment and every year things change. Like, so it's not as though the same urban decay that Nas was rapping about is what's happening today, right? Like, the hustlers evolve, like the prostitutes evolve, everybody grows, and they like the situations and shit, they all change, right? And so what does that mean? That means that the way that the storyteller is going to be describing what has happened to them, the moral of the story may be the same, the structural issues may be the same, but the literal like sequence of events is going to be different because it's like a different time, different person, different context. And then here's another thing that I think is like really strange, and I'm tired of hearing this argument. The two-parent household, the two-parent black household. I'm sorry, but black fathers as a collective have done fucking nothing for the black community, okay? Like, most people are still poor. They have watched like so many people die and have done nothing. I'm sorry, take away their coin and like stop with that fucking argument. Like, hip hop isn't the reason that the black community is struggling, okay? It's black fathers and men who don't fucking want to be fathers and men. That's why. They do want to like cultivate a society for themselves of like hedonism and nihilism, and they've done that. Even the successful ones, like, stop giving them credit and aspiration for shit that they didn't. And some of them will be like, well, the three, like Stephen Smith or whatever, will probably say something like, yeah, but I take care of my family. Like, all the niggers on the screen will be like, we take care of our family. Like, fuck you, bro. Like, when your whole ass community is like on fire, and you're like, it's kind of like the argument that Kim Kardashian made as she watched the Palisades burn, but then literally had her own fire department and saved her house, right? And the whole ass community though burned down. It's just like, well, what can you do? Like, yeah, you should fucking. That's the lesson. Take the lesson, right? You can either be a winner or your shit can just burn down. That's it. There's only two options. You're either the fucking winner or you just die. That's it. That's how it goes. I've said this a million times and I'll say it again. Dead people don't tell stories, okay? That's why I keep coming online and telling stories, because I'm still here. Like, whatever. Like, some of it is like so frustrating for like a number of reasons. And it feels like it isn't like the drill rap is just, it's almost like a PSA. It's like a radio service used to make threats in real time to other people, describing the way the retaliatory violence coming their way for petty crimes and misunderstandings from people who have very low emotional intelligence. The strategy for black women is to be invisible. Just don't even be a part of that community. Like, if they don't even know you're alive, you can't be a part of the drama. Like, they don't even know who you are. So it's just like, well, I don't know. Like, because there's always some that's, as soon as you kind of even wrap yourself up into like, a person, give a false name or something. That's what I did. When I went to OSA, I literally used a different last name. So, whatever. Like, it's like whatever drama that those people have, like, let it stay the fuck over there. Like, they can all have drama with themselves. Oh, she said this. He shot her on Wednesday. She, like, I saw another video that was very interesting. It's a, I guess, this is a compilation piece or theme, where there are a bunch of women who, not a bunch, but women are coming online to tell the stories about how they've been harmed by their coworkers. And so these seem like either black women or biracial black women or it's been stories from a couple different people, but women being like, yeah, I went out with my coworker and then I came home and my jaw was smashed. Somebody, kicked me in the face. Just some crazy shit that's happened from them being out and in proximity with men. If it is not clear who the threat, who is the danger, who is causing you the harm, like, just be a little bit more introspective. Like, look at the data, analyze the situation to like a little bit more, because I feel like the culprit is like so easily identifiable. Okay, hard thing to say, but like the reality is like men are just inherently more violent and will use strength and violence and power to coerce everyone around them into doing what they want, which is why you cannot be in community with them. As soon as you take yourself out of community with them, you can start focusing on participation in capitalism and acquiring goods and services for yourselves simply through the process of work. And that's how it works in the developed world. In the developing world, they can't do that because they haven't even figured. They're still like praying to God as opposed to like trading with money, resources, and goods, right? So some people here do both. But if you just do one, then you're just going to pray and have no money. And then that's how you'll be. Then eventually you won't have no food, you won't have no water, and you'll just be in the West Bank. So, like, who knows, You pick and you choose. Either build an economic system and a fucking army, protect yourself and your people, or don't. And just pray and die. I don't know. It's not like that complicated. But I just think, I think all of it is wild, because I feel like for so long, we have been watching the hip-hop community specifically almost like profit, and promote the murder and exploitation of black women, right? And laugh. And many of the black women died because, like, women need to be protected, right? And so they weren't. So then the women and children died. And then everybody was like, oh my God, the population's getting smaller. There's no babies being born. Oh my God. Like, where's all the people? Fucking what? Like, you watch everybody die and you're like, I don't know. Where do the people go? Like, I hate it here. It's just,